Ooh.
Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip.
Yeah.
I
I know
am
Jeff's been
losing
missing a
my
couple of
voice
shows.
already.
Yeah, he's already
Ripple
gone the voice.
XRP, man, it's live. It's getting real. How high is too high? That's what I want to know. This is gonna be a good
How
show.
high is your voice? It's too high for your voice, Jeff.
Let's see how high I can get my voice.
Holy cow!
How high is too high? There we go.
Pretty high, Jeff.
I just don't need to. I just don't need to stress it out too much.
Okay, let's get
Ready
this
to
going.
kick this thing off? Let's do this. We're going to talk about some Ripple. We're going to talk about some XRP. We might even talk about Daddy G.
And Bitcoin. We're going to definitely talk about some Bitcoin. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Welcome to
On the Chain. Yeah, Jeff, it's good to have you back. Even in a limited capacity. I know your voice is kind of ailing at the moment, and that happens. It happens to the best of us, and it's probably the most uncomfortable thing because you don't realize how much you talk.
It's amazing.
Yo, what's up, Sean Thompson?
Sean T.
What is up?
So what's good today? Man, there's always stuff going on. I know there's some great stuff going, so
yeah, I think we should start off with this story right here. You know, Thunes connects with Alipay, and you know Alipay is massive. It's massive Chinese payment system. But you know, Thunes. Now, I'm just saying, Thunes is a Ripple partner. However, Jeff, don't know exactly what is in this deal, but Thunes, a global cross-border payments company, again, Ripple partner. Today announced a partnership with Alipay Plus, a suite of cross-border payments and marketing solutions operated by Ant Group. I always laugh when I hear about that Ant Group.
Ant Group seems to find their way into everything.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere and anywhere. So thanks to the collaboration, Thunes customers and merchants in Europe will now be able to accept Asia's most popular mobile wallets: China's Alipay, Malaysia's Touch and Go and Boost, the Philippines' Gcash, South Korea's LAQO Pay, and Thailand's Rabbit Line Pay and True Money. Say that 3 times fast.
Rabbit Line and True Monkey.
And True Money, not monkey. True Money, True Monkey, True Money, Rabbit Line Pay and Money, and True Money. Yeah, merchants work with Thunes to be able to serve online customers from Asian markets, accept mobile wallet payments during checkout. And on top of that, consumers will also be able to use their respective mobile wallets to pay in-store purchases in Europe using a dedicated point-of-sale mobile application that supports QR code payments. So it sounds like there's actually, outside of crypto, you could actually, is there another use for QR codes? I think really crypto is it.
Man, QR codes, you know, you can use it when you go to Whole Foods. You can
That's when I use it.
Scan your Whole Foods app. Make sure you get your discounts.
Yeah, make sure you get your $26 off, and you get a whole paycheck. Whole Foods.
That's about it. When else do you use a QR code?
I always thought they were dead in the water until crypto came out, and then they became our best friends. Then it almost became a thing. Want to give a quick what's up to Blockchain Backer. Whoa, Blockchain Backer's in here? We got a Blockchain Backer. We got to get you back on here, man. That's one of our best shows ever, man. We had the Blockchain Backer. Hey, that's my Blockchain Backer voice. Hey, Blockchain Backer. And it still sounds horrible. It's not as good as Blockchain Backer, but it's close. Not even close. Let's not kid ourselves. Mick Shaw says, evening, morning, all. UK in the house. Always UK. Always someone from UK in the house here, Jeff. Every single time.
There you go. Blockchain Backer.
This would be fantastic. Yeah, we got to work that out right there, Jeff. Boom.
BCB.
The night all of a sudden got better because BCB not only in the house but also coming back on. And so, you know, these types of deals, we don't actually know, you know, what they're using, but let's, you know, you kind of piece it together. It's like Thunes, Ripple partner, some kind of goodness is going on there, Jeff, somewhere. You would hope. Yeah, it is a cross-border payment.
I don't know what I think about the Alipay Ant connection, but, you know, Thunes, kind of cool. I guess they're doing stuff over there, you know, in Asia, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of those payment system types that I can't even remember. And then this one is Sir John in here. Calling Sir John. Is Sir John in the chat? Now, this is so funny because every time we've got a story, Did I call out Sir John? He's never in here.
He's not.
I was like, I don't see him. I see Hans Loaded. I see Ken the plumber. I don't see him in here for some reason.
You guys are going places.
We sure are on the downward trajectory. Yeah, we are.
All right,
going
what do you
places.
got? What do you got? What's next?
So I'll tell you what we have here next. This, and he's not in here, but let's do this. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. We've got Rican Rock all the way from Boulder, Colorado.
Man, sweet.
There you go. What's up, Rican?
Gotta love Boulder, Colorado.
Look at this. And I'm not even gonna, Jeff, if you want to take a shot at this name, I'm not even going there. But I'm gonna say Croatia.
Osiguranje,
LAQO launches Ripple. They put in parentheses XRP payment option for its car insurance services. How incredible is this?
I like that. LAQO.
How do you pronounce that? LAQO?
Maybe it's just
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna take the first letter here, O,
all right,
and I'm gonna use La. I'm gonna call it Ola.
LAQO in Osiguranje.
Do we have to butcher? How bad is this going to be? I'm just going to call him Jeff from the Ola. So let's jump into the story. It's a good one. So Croatia's Ola has announced a partnership with fintech company Electrocoin.
Yep.
The company announced today the partnership would enable its users to directly purchase compulsory and Casco car insurance digitally using crypto.
Nice.
Why? Can you do this anywhere else? I haven't heard of really any insurance companies, especially car insurance, where you can do it. You pull out your phone, you dial up the site. You're like, bing, bada, bing, bada, bing. And guess what? You got car insurance. Hook up your wallet, boom, you pay with some XRP, you're in.
But check this out, Chip. Look how cool their car insurance is. They have a little character.
What is that?
That's if you want to secure your scooter.
It's a little.
That's a tarantula.
It's a tarantula. A cute one though, Jeff. Very cute looking.
Cute little tarantula. You get 50% bonus, 5% discount on a one-time payment. You get a discount on Costco and mandatory insurance. €663. Look at that.
And check out all his hands. You like just never get tired driving that scooter around.
Oh, and then he drives the scooter with an umbrella, which is kind of cool.
Are those glasses? I wonder if that
driving a scooter. Oh, he's got glasses and goggles. Interesting.
I wonder if he's got a name. Every mascot has a name. Taranchi the tarantula. Tarantula.
I'll keep looking to see if we can find. Well, here's something that said, "Too bad." Relax.
Too bad. So sad. Too bad. So sad. Hey, relax.
Too bad. Look at this up here. Too bad. Relax. We'll solve everything. Even the smallest accident can throw anyone off track. So it's kind of cool. Look at that. LAQO prevent, drive safely. You get prizes. There's our guy.
Taranchi the tarantula.
Vehicle insurance.
Oh, wait, hang on a second. We got some names coming in strong here. We got some names. We got John Doe. Terry the tarantula.
Terry the tarantula.
In the running for sure. Oh my God, what is going on tonight? We got OG Oz Crypto in here.
OZ. Man, Oz Crypto.
Oz Crypto. Holy, what's going on? Good morning to you. I like the direct payment method, TINS. i.e. MasterCard and Visa. That way you don't have to rely on companies keeping it maintained. Man. Yeah, also a good one, man.
For those of you that don't know Oz Crypto, go check out his channel. And Oz Crypto just started making videos again. He took a little hiatus.
Oh, did he? Oh man, I'm not coming up on
dropped a couple nice videos over the past days.
Is absolutely one. Yeah, it's like I know he got busy because he got busy. I mean, like we get busy, Jeff. We're like we got families, we got work we're doing. But the most important part, the OTC family. Do not forget. It's good to have your Oz. Good to see you, man. We'd love to have Oz on here too. You have to work that out though.
Oh, that'd be great. It's been a while. Look at this. A new look at insurance. So you get this green thing. That's looking through the Ripple, lens. Everything looks great. You look through the blockchain lens, the XRP.
You look through the Gary Gensler lens. Everything looks bad. Everything you look at is a security. It's like the red lens.
This is Gary Gensler's link here. Too bad.
Too bad. Yeah, too bad. Who puts that on a website? That's fantastic. I love it.
That's awesome, man. Well, I did translate this into English from Croatian, so not sure if that is, it's a interesting way for them to translate it.
Hey, look at this. Andrew Smith says, "Hey, Chip and Jeff, love watching your show while I pretend to work from home and wait for XRP to take off." Wow, there's a lot of pretending going on there. Pretending it's going to take off, and then I'll watch Blockchain Backers video when done. That is the best suggestion you got going on that right there. What is this going?
If you go out to Lake Boca next year, you'll see my newly named boat riding the ripple. Sweet.
I like that. Yeah. Okay, Chris. Well, let's go.
I was just out at Lake Boca like 2 weeks ago.
Something tragic happened, Jeff. Something tragic is going on in Lake Boca, and it's not a good thing. Now, because I'm a purist, and because Boca, everything was at one time downtown Boca, everything was pink. And Chris, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but the Boca Tower is now it looks like it's white. They painted it.
Oh, they changed it.
Yeah, it was pink. It was pink. Oh, it was always pink. I don't know what you think about that, Chris, but don't mess with it, man. It's like,
it was kind of strange being there. Did change.
And I was looking, I was like, is that a new tower? No, they painted it. Yeah, it's not a good sign.
Chris is going to have Riding the Ripple.
Riding the Ripple. Let's do that.
We'll meet you at Lake Boca and get some ceviche and some other things that they're.
Let's have a party on Chris's boat. That might be the next meetup. The next meetup on Chris's boat.
He said it's primer.
Oh, thank God. Oh, God. I was so worried because I was like,
they're changing the whole landscape.
I thought they changed. I'm glad it's, you can't do that. There's tradition. And why pink? I don't know, but that's just Boca for you. It's just the way it works.
Pink.
Jeff, I forgot to tell you this, but so at the moment, the company supports 13 cryptos, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP. XRP, Doge. The Dogecoin has another use case. You can buy insurance with it.
I'm still trying
Tether,
to figure out
USD, etc.
Their website.
How cool is that, man? How freaking cool is that?
I like it.
And some other new announcements. This is interesting too. We've got the Digital Dollar Project. That's everywhere today, Jeff. The Digital Dollar Project. Announcing the launch of the Technical Sandbox program, an important step to jumpstart the exploration of CBDCs by testing a wide range of design choices. Wide range, Jeff. And answer some critical questions about the impacts of potential U.S. CBDCs. Because one thing about the U.S. we need to something. One thing we don't need more of is something more centralized. Everything is centralized. Central planners are everywhere.
Central bank digital currencies.
We don't need any more centralization.
Controlled money.
And there's real world data. Let me just go ahead and click on this press release here. Yeah, We'll explore technical and business, and then it says this and it says that, and the technical program. The next step. This is the ones I love. These pull quotes because they're so. It's like, and they're so attorneyed up that they don't even make sense anymore. So we understand how important it is to include a diverse set of views and expertise as we look to answer key questions about how technology could work, the problems we hope to solve, and the ultimate business of individual outcomes we want to achieve. The marriage of these sectors, it's just like this. Womp, 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 womp. It's Charlie Brown, Jeff. What does that even mean? What does any of that mean?
I think they just added a whole bunch of words together, kind of tied in, said, hey, let's get some technical words, some blockchain words, some crypto words, and central, and just tie it all together and pretend like we're actually saying something.
Okay, hang on a second, Oz. We got to pull up the tower. First of all, you have to understand Boca Raton. Boca Raton was a sleepy little town. And then every New Yorker moved down here. Hello, that's one. That would be me. But I've been down here for a long time. It was a pink tower. How is that not a meme? Because the whole town was pink at one time. You got to remember the 80s happened too, and there was a lot of weird stuff going on, but I think it was pink even before that. Now I'm going to have to absolutely find it.
The Boca Tower.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find that
tower in white.
Yeah, I'll find that. We'll take a look at it. But anyway, there's all this stuff about the sandbox, and the results will be broadly shared and used to inform both private and public sector stakeholders, and it's just a lot of work there, Jeff.
The Tower of Boca in white.
Let's see. Boca.
Talking about the big tower. Right. The Boca Raton Resort and Club that's now pink.
Yeah, I remember having a membership. It was good when I had a membership there. That place is pricey to get in, but I had a corporate membership. Here it is right here, dude. Oh. There it is. There it is. That's Lake Boca that Chris was talking about, which is right on the corner from where I live. And there it is right there. That's the one. And so the Boca Resort was built in the 1800s, and of course the tower was not. But you can see it's all pink and Mediterranean stuff, and there's also the Boca Club. It's on the beach too. That's across from the Intercoastal,
and it's great because there's a shuttle boat that takes you across the Intercoastal.
Yeah, and
Addison, they have the ice cream place Serendipity in there.
Addison Meisner, and they always have that like great water in the lobby there, like that really fresh water. It has like lemon, or they have berries in there. Yep. So one of the other things, Addison Meisner, who built that back in the 1800s, was a nut. I guess he had monkeys, like monkey statues around there. It's very strange, but there it is. So there's a picture of this that it's white. Apparently, maybe it's primer, but that's it, man. That's what it looks like.
No, it's all white.
Let me see if I can see the Boca Resort. I'll show you a little better picture of that.
While you're looking that up, just to prove the last article that we're looking at with the Croatian insurance company, all their methods of payment, then go credit card, then go into keys, air cash. Check that out. You can do air cash, which sounds pretty cool. And then you get right down into cryptocurrency. Look at that. Right on their website.
Sounds awesome, dude.
It's right on their website. Over in Croatia. That's sweet. It's very sweet, Chip. All right. What's next on the agenda? We'll find the Boca landscapes. What else we got?
Right here. There it is right there. There's a shot of the Boca Resort with the towers off to the right in the background, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I've stayed here. I've had parties here.
I love it there.
It's one of my favorite places. I absolutely love the Boca Resort. It's great. So that's what I was saying with the tower and stuff. It's just very weird that they would paint it like a different color.
Right. Oh, look at this. El Jefe oil tanker just reported run aground in the Suez Canal, blocking all traffic. Imagine that.
Well, there's also an oil tanker sank in the right off the coast of in the Mediterranean over there.
There was an oil refinery fire not too long ago. So
yeah, so you can see what this looks like. See that right there.
Look at that.
There you go. See, that looks like a Turkish bathhouse in there. Yeah, the spa there is absolutely incredible too. No,
very nice, very nice. So Oz Crypto said, "Do you think CBDCs are necessary evil for adoption by mass society, or do you think it's actually realistic to ignore governments' established economies and operate entirely outside?"
Jeff, you want to take a shot at that first, and then I'll take a shot.
So I think it's interesting. So yes, I believe that governments want to maintain their sovereignty over their currency and control over the flow of currency, and therefore they want to move into the central bank digital currency. I think is it a necessary evil for adoption? I think it's an evil, to be adopted, mainly because you can't have full reliance or faith on the government that's going to be potentially manipulating, the digital currency. So that's question number one. If there's a means and mechanism to maintain, full privacy of that currency, but we've already seen major concerns coming from multiple directions in multiple countries. And I think that's been addressed significantly here in the U.S. by political representatives, even that, the big concern is going to be maintaining privacy of the currency. So is it a necessary evil for adoption? I think they're pushing for it. I think we're gonna have a lot more issue. But to operate entirely outside of the realm of government's trying to find their ways to maintain relevancy in the world, but the cat's out of the bag within the decentralized space. And I think it's gonna be an interesting time as we move forward over the next decade to see how this all unfolds and to really see the power struggles. Chip.
Let me go full blown rant on this one, Jeff, because it's one of the favorite things I love to talk about here.
I know.
So Oz, yeah. So I don't think it's not a necessary evil for adoption, because the problem is that Jeff nailed it right there. Like when you talk about sovereignty of currency, here's the big problem. No governments have sovereignty of currency. Why? Because they like the Federal Reserve here in the US is a third party. We've never seen the balance sheet.
We've never had an audit since 1913. It's a long time. Usually central banks don't last that long. It's been a long time, and we don't control. The U.S. doesn't control their own currency. Most central banks, you got the European Central Bank, which is making moves and telling Europeans like, hey, you're just going to have to chill out a little bit. You're going to have to turn that thermostat. There's going to be pain points involved, and you're going to have to suffer. Not the ECB, not anybody else. They're living large. Everything's fantastic. So the point you're making about going outside the government, yeah, I think Jeff's spot on with the whole governments want to have control over the currency. Right now, they don't. And I think the best move that could be made is somewhere, not a centralized, central bank digital currency, but I think a new sovereign currency that's digital, that's not programmable. Because this right here, I wanted to step into this right here because this was put up. This was Molly Elmore at Molly Elmore 22. She said, "Will Americans have a CBDC Bill of Rights to ensure that programmable money isn't used as a control mechanism? Blockchain money has amazing potential, but also could become a dystopian nightmare if the right measures aren't in place. Hashtag CBDC Bill of Rights." So, yeah, I mean, I think that right there is spot on. The whole idea. Well, here's what happens. They go like, well, yeah, you can. I guess we could, if push came to shove, just say, well, maybe you're overweight and you just can't buy any more donuts. This is the way it works. You got to buy healthy things in the government, and your money doesn't work to buy unhealthy things. And everybody's like, well, that's just ridiculous, Chip. That's never going to happen. But then we had Canada this past year, and there aren't any CBDCs, but yet the government said, hey, bank, shut down this person's account and shut down these other accounts. And they did. The banks later came out and said, yeah, it probably wasn't such a good idea. They came out and apologized, but the damage was done. And it kind of showed everybody in the world like, hey, this is probably what's going to happen. And people always say, if it's possible, at some point it happens, right? Something triggers it. Somebody doesn't like something. And then all of a sudden, whatever money you have sitting, your CBDC sitting in a wallet, wherever, stops functioning, has no value because of the programmability. Jeff, what do you think on that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that, as Crypto said, isn't money already a control mechanism? And you brought up Canada, I think that's very succinct, to see what happened in Canada. But they also have certain, they don't have the same protective mechanisms that we do here in the US. So they went, full crazy and took advantage of that, and we saw how the banks responded to the Canadian government. Now, if you have a CBDC with full centralized programmable control, which to that tweet that you shared, I think is spot on. And that summarizes everything, because if you're going to have a digital currency, that digital currency has to have a Bill of Rights attached to it. In the United States, we have a Bill of Rights, we have a Constitution, one that isn't really duplicated in any other parts of the world, and it's very critical because it's there to protect the inherent rights of the individual and tell the government what they can't do.
Right on.
And so that's very unique, and it has to be the same way with money, because from Oz's question or follow-up, isn't money already a control mechanism? And it is. And we've seen it. We've seen the manipulation of money, and that's where with decentralization, it brings about a whole different aspect of how people can now freely move their funds or freely really develop themselves. Because we've talked a lot about this. There's been, I think, a term that's freely been thrown around for a long time, referencing the unbanked in the world. But if we look at certain countries that are where they have a majority of the population operating outside of the banking sphere, the banking world, they don't participate in the economy. They don't participate in the local economy or the global economy, and they're excluded. And the banks are structured in those countries from a perspective to specifically and purposely hold them down. And that's how the whole, how that whole society in those countries, the whole hierarchy is created. In this country, it's no different, through high levels of taxation, or I mean, there's a lot of different means to manipulate with money. But when you get that freedom, you have the liberty, you have full control over your own outcome with your money. That makes a big difference, and obviously we could talk about this, for a long time, but
Jeff.
Yeah.
Well, fiat currency, I mean, you can stuff it under a mattress unless you live in India, and then they want to flesh out those bills, and then they say, hey, we got a month, otherwise it's not good. Oz says, I agree. I think general popular opinion isn't quite informed, though. Easier to control a perception. I missed you guys. We need to do something together. Your channel or mine. We'll message separately. Yeah, Oz, you should really be on here, man. It's good to see you back in Seattle doing videos. I love your videos. Always loved your live streams. Just love participating. If you guys don't know, go follow Oz Crypto. The best, man. Good to see you back in the saddle.
Hey, Jim is saying the Bill of Rights can be suspended by executive privilege for emergency and acts of war. No, I don't think the Constitution can never be suspended.
Yeah, the Constitution is never suspended. And I will say this, Jeff, let me go on a little limb here. The only thing holding it all together, quite honestly, is the U.S. Constitution. If the U.S. falls, it's over, Johnny. Completely done and over. Everything's done. It's wiped out. It's just a matter of time. And it's so funny how it's so funny that people that call the other people the dictators and the fascists and this and that do dictator type stuff and fascist type stuff that gets walked back by the Supreme Court because it's a violation of the Constitution. And you know what else doesn't suspend the Constitution, Jeff? A virus. That doesn't suspend it. Nothing does, Jeff. I mean, sneezing, laughing, nothing suspends that. It's just always going to be, even like a. Boy, we went down a rabbit hole there, Oz. We really just kind of we got sucked in. We went down this rabbit hole, and so let's go on a little bit of a lighter note here. I want to throw this up here. This is all something a little bit fun. So I love David Schwartz because we always say David Schwartz has a wicked sense of humor here. David Schwartz said, I was watching a video about AMD chips, and I was sure it said AMD had reduced diarrhea by 5%. I listened to it again, and they said diarrhea, not diarrhea. You see, there's like there's a little bit of a thing there. So I saw this tweet. I was like, this is so funny. Yeah, a little bit of play there. He's like, I was sure it said AMD reduced diarrhea by 5%. Which honestly, Jeff, even if they did, it's not a lot. It's not
right.
It's if you take an OTC, an over-the-counter type of medication, you're hoping that it reduces it more than 5%, right?
Right.
So it's not even a good thing. So it's probably. What is that? Is that Julius barking in the background?
That was Julius barking in the background.
I heard a little bit of that.
You heard it. He decided to come in and then he left.
Yeah. So, but it was like really muffled. So Chris seems to be working. So then XRP Crypto Wolf said, breaking: Ripple Chief Tech Officer David Schwartz will be leaving the company to become a full-time comedian.
That's really funny.
And then David Schwartz said, yeah, laugh all you want, but I'll do it. And then we'll see who's laughing. You just got to love Schwartzy, man. Schwartzy is so funny. He is funny, man. He's really one of the funniest people. I don't really, and I will go on a limb here and say he's probably the funniest person in Ripple. I mean, but hang on a second though. Let me just say this though. When I met, when I had the opportunity to meet Brad Garlinghouse at the Ripple House, and it was weird. I was like chatting with him for I don't know, it must have been 10 or 15 minutes. He's a pretty funny guy in person. I will say that he's funny. We actually, just trust me, he's pretty funny. I will say that. And I don't know. Schwartz is pretty funny on Twitter. I got to say that.
Did you know that we now have an alchemist, right? And then we have a crypto alchemist.
What?
Yep.
Do we have a fiat alchemist?
I don't know. Let's find out. But we have alchemist, and this is the first time it's ever happened. I'm wondering if there's an intersect here. Something's gonna transpire.
And there's a crypto alchemist. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have
crypto
a brand
alchemist.
new listener from Louisville, Kentucky. There you go.
So
Flare Network.
Flare is exciting. Look at this here. So Bitcoin Archive put out Russia digital asset adoption is necessary as a safe alternative for cross-border payments.
That's right.
Huge. They got like the big bulging eye emoji, huge. And then, of course, John Deaton, master troller, comes in and says, wasn't there a cryptocurrency specifically designed for cross-border payments created a decade ago? Why is this news? Jeff, why is it news?
I don't know. Why is it news? What is the Bitcoin archive talking about?
I don't know. Bitcoin digital assets and adoption necessary safe alternative. I don't know what they're talking about. Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin, whatever. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
They're tripping us up on names tonight, Jeff. There's too many of them.
Too many names that we can't pronounce.
There's too many names. I'm just good with like Jeff or Kef or Simon, and that's pretty much my repertoire. So this one was put out by Rep Tom Emmer, who we got to get back on the chain because it was that was a fantastic episode.
Oh,
but look at this.
I remember that. Sean Thompson said once we had two Sean Thompsons.
We did. And I wasn't sure which Sean Thompson, but the real Sean Thompson. Well, the real Sean Thompson, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Okay. So Tom Emmer was talking. So Bill Huizinga put this out. He was saying the FSC, Financial Services Committee Dems, hey, it'd be great to have Chair Gensler come in. Get it? Come in and testify before our committee.
Come in and talk to us, Gary.
Come on and talk to us, Gary. Gary.
Love to talk
because
to you,
the
Gary.
Financial Committee, ours, have questions. A lot of questions, Jeff. Better yet, bring all the SEC Gov commissioners along to discuss your recent rulemaking agenda. You've been pretty busy. Wow, this is like a laid out. This is busy. And Tom Emmer says, yeah, come on and talk, Gary Gensler. Come on in, talk.
You got to love it.
Think about this. We have people in the U.S. Congress that are now trolling Gary Gensler. And what happened to Jeff? I don't know. He'd probably be back. He probably had to hit the mic. But this is kind of weird. It's like you've got Bill Huizinga, who's an R, and you got Tom Emmer, who's also an R, but they are master trolling right over here on Gary Gensler, and it's crazy. And then, so John Deaton said, yeah, I'm hopeful for that new day you reference is coming. Now, if you guys don't remember, Tom Emmer in a hearing, what did he say, Jeff? There's a new day coming, sir. And he was referring to, by the way, 69 days from today are the midterm election. And that's when you're going to see the rats being tossed out and people who are pro-crypto coming in. Sir John, we did the story about Croatia. You just came in?
Man,
every time we do this story, we did a whole bit on, you're going to have to back it up. Back to the back of the class.
So John, we did an entire story about Croatia. The whole thing.
We're super excited about it. We're like, where's Sir John? He wasn't here.
No, sir.
I'm glad you made it. So come on and talk Gary Gensler. And John Deaton says he's hopeful for that new day you reference is coming when Gary can't avoid attending a congressional hearing on SEC oversight, considering he has deliberately ignored 72,000 crypto holders, XRP specifically, that I represent. I'd be happy to testify sitting next to him about his unique form of protection. Can you imagine John Deaton sitting next to him? I mean, great. Gary would be shriveling in his seat. He'd be like, tell us more about coming in and talking. I've said that people can come in and they can talk and they can
come in and talk.
And meanwhile,
we'd like you to come in and talk. Come on.
Meanwhile, Deaton would be like this, giving him like the stare back. So he'd be like just looking at him with the eye, like, I just imagine like Deaton grabbing him in a headlock and like giving him noogies. Little friction on that head.
Hey, Crypto Alchemist, look at this question. When is StreamYard finally going to accept crypto as payment?
That's a really good.
And
you would expect a crypto question from Crypto Alchemist, yes?
I would hope so.
I mean, it would be disappointing if you put it through a fiat. Well, right now, YouTube accepts fiat.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
You guys.
Hey, look at that. Croatia, Osiguranje.
Yeah, say that. I mean, we need the official Croatian interpreter to come in here and pronounce that correctly because Jeff and I butchered it. I was calling it Ola or something along those lines. Because it was just easy to say, Jeff. That was the only reason.
It is. He has their stock. But
of no other reason.
John, if you didn't know, they accept crypto. You can now pay your insurance in crypto.
There you go. And another John Deaton tweet here that we'll get to.
It means insurance.
Wow. Well, it's a very long word. Just say insurance.
Exactly.
There you go. So that's why that other shorter word is the name of the insurance. Who knew?
Right. The LAQO. LAQO by Croatia.
Jimmy Filan put
Osiguranje.
this up. He said that what we need here, and this was Stu Alderati. He said Stu Alderati said what we need is regulatory clarity for crypto, not the SEC swinging its big old billy club to protect its turf at the expense of more than 40 million Americans in the crypto economy. And then
That's exactly what we need.
Yeah, John Deaton said, here's the SEC modus operandi. Brad Garlinghouse said Ripple will ultimately spend $100 million on legal fees. Check.
Imagine that money.
Library and Jeremy Coffin spent a third of all funds on their legal fees. Think about that. Suck them dry. Dragon Chain spent $2 to $4 million in legal fees before the case was recently filed, and now they face a long, expensive legal battle.
And that's what the SEC expects. They expect that you're just going to run out of money, or you're going to give up, or you're not going to want to fight. It's kind of crazy. It's a little outlandish.
That's the SEC looking out for you, Jeff. Looking out for you.
Looking out
for us.
They are. Always.
And I saw this tweet, and it's kind of good. Flare Network is exciting. Somebody mentioned it earlier how exciting it is. However,
all right, Crypto Alchemist, he'll be back.
Appreciate that, Crypto. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that notification bell if you want more XRP, more blockchain, more Ripple, more SEC, more government regulation related content like this. Had to get that in there, Jeff.
It's good.
Now this is in Cointelegraph, so this is kind of big. So the beginning of a beautiful friendship, interoperability-focused blockchain, Flare Networks partners with software infrastructure firm Lena Blockchain to implement a crowdfunding mechanism that lowers the risk associated with startup investing. Man, this is cool. The mechanism allows investors to allocate a portion of the rewards they earned into funding startups. I wonder if someone's going to be coming after this as well. Do you think?
Yeah. I'm sure.
I mean, what are the chances are? Lena Instruments announced what it called a crowdfunding launchpad where it lets Flare investors allocate a percentage of the rewards they earn to investments in new crypto startups without moving their initial investments. This is a really cool use case, Jeff.
Yeah.
And apart from providing a low-risk investing solution for its contributors, platform also aims to help projects that have launched on the platform have regular cash flows during the reward distribution periods.
Man, that's key. I mean, there's so much going on. I can't wait to see the full utility of Flare, to see exactly what's going to happen, what we're going to see develop as a direct result, and we're just scratching the surface with all this.
Okay, hang on a second. We got a request here. Hans Loader wants to know, the official producer of the On the Chain channel wants to know if we can move into the right positions. We're there now.
I did.
We weren't there. Did you knock us back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right, Jeff. It doesn't feel right when I'm on the other side. So yeah, thanks for. I was gonna say, stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So Hugo Filan, CEO of Flare, said he believes the new mechanism is a good way for developers to get early access to community funding. He explained this creates a win-win solution for all parties. New projects get early access to community funding and support, and Flare token holders get the opportunity to join new exciting projects with really zero risk to their principal. Think of it that way. They don't have any, you're not risking your principal. That's a very cool opportunity there. In July, decentralized exchange, the DEX Pangolin made its debut on the Flare blockchain, creating a cross-chain token pairs and boosting liquidity on the network. What else do we have here? Yeah, crowdfunding is a modern decentralized launchpad, allow the community to support the best possible projects within the ecosystem, having been carefully curated by the platform. Carefully curated is another way to say centrally chosen, Jeff. Just saying.
Centrally selected.
Yeah. When I curate something, because when you guys think about it, the content here, even as much as we're for decentralization, is all centralized by Jeff and I. It's curated by Jeff and I. And I love that. It's like, Jeff, we spent most of the last couple hours curating content. Sounds impressive, doesn't it?
Curating. We're curators.
Not to be confused with the Keurig, which is the coffee machine. We were curating content. Here's another winner chicken at dinner. So Roger Ver said, so I like this one. Roger Ver said, buying Bitcoin, it's not like buying shares in the early internet. It's like buying shares in MySpace on the early internet. So XRP Pharaoh said, hey, that's a great analogy. Hand clap emoji. It will soon be a thing of the past. Buying XRP, on the other hand, is like buying shares in Facebook or Google on the early internet. Whoa, Jeff. Whoa. Hey, which analogy do you like better?
I think we're going to go with Pharaoh.
MySpace didn't last too long, Jeff. It's not a good analogy, really.
No. I remember that kind of came and went real quick.
Last time I checked, Google and Facebook are still crushing it. Or at least I would say Google is. Yeah. Pretty interesting. Pretty impressive. Yeah. But of course, you don't want to be Yahoo either, because Yahoo's just kind of like, it's still around, but it's not really a player, so to speak.
You see, Michael Saylor had a interesting tweet.
Oh, earlier. I got that here. I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you pull up one?
Right, cool. I don't have his tweet, but I have the Karl Racine tweet, and I got a couple other. Let me pull a couple other ones up here. Yeah, let me pull these two tweets up here because that was the next on the agenda. I told you we'd talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to get around to it.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's the Bitcoin. See, so Karl Racine, he is the Attorney General. He said, today we're suing Michael Saylor, a billionaire tech executive who lived in the district for more than, this is DC, for more than a decade, but never paid any DC income taxes. They're suing him for tax fraud, Jeff. Your thoughts on this?
What are my thoughts? It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
I'm looking at this. I'm just trying to digest it. What he's thinking here. It's really these guys have really stooped to all-time lows, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're trying to get their name out there. It's like, oh, hey, we're going after Michael Saylor, who lived in it. No, they got to say a billionaire tech executive, and he probably didn't. So Saylor did basically come out and say that, yeah, I'll see you in court. I look forward to my day in court. I've been living in Miami for the past 10 years. Yeah, we have an office there. And they said, well, he parked his boat there and he was doing this and he was doing that. He was doing all these apparently things. But this is what kills me about, and this is everything is wrong. I mean, they just hired 80,000 IRS agents to basically shake people down, right? Am I wrong with that?
Yep.
Yeah,
we're seeing it right from the highest level, right from the attorney generals down.
By the way, I didn't realize this, Jeff, but did you realize that Michael Saylor stepped down from the CEO position? He's now the executive chairman. I didn't realize that, but that happened like earlier in the month. So the district, the AG says
other residencies.
Yeah, you fraudulently. So they're trying to like shake him down for money, saying that he didn't live there. He's best known for adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. Says here that so Washington D.C. because there's no corruption in that town, Jeff.
These guys suck. Just there's nothing about them that says, hey, these guys are great people. They're looking out for the interest of the community. Man, it's all politics all the time, and they're just trying to devastate and undermine the economic well-being of this country. And it's such a shame to see. Their time is coming. So we know there's definitely a new day. And these guys are going to be on the receiving end very soon. But it's their own misdeeds and so many of them. It's amazing. You go into Washington and look how many of these representatives have been held for tax fraud and all sorts of other corruptions and insider trading and all sorts of other stuff. So this is just kind of crazy now.
It's pretty ridiculous. And look at this. He skipped out on paying more than $25 million in income taxes. Well, here's the thing. Good luck proving it. You're going to go ahead and bring him into court. This is another shakedown, just like the SEC. My money's on Saylor, okay? Because, and Saylor said, where did he say? Where did he and look at how nice he is. I respectfully disagree with the position of the District of Columbia, and I look forward to a fair resolution in the courts. Saylor said in a statement provided to Bloomberg, he said he moved to Miami Beach from Virginia a decade ago after purchasing a historic house there.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, he lives in, so it just
Yeah, lives right down the street from us,
it's such
Jeff.
an overreach. It's such an overreach. The the fact that they're looking for every mine, and this goes back to the comment that Oz brought up in the beginning. Is a CBDC a necessary evil? And it is the evil, and if you look at government representatives like this, then think about what they'll do to the average taxpayer, let's call it, if everything exists in the programmable money world. So if there isn't a Bill of Rights protecting you, this is just the beginning of the shakedown. Because if they really wanted to shake them down with programmable money, they would say, oh, sorry, we're cutting off all your funds.
But don't worry, they're all in Bitcoin. And then, so here's a kind of a funny video. I want to throw this up here. Alex D Vlogs, thank you for that. XRP to the moon, Chip and Jeff. And this is his famous line. If you guys go subscribe to Alex's videos, they will uplift you. They will make you smile. They will make your day. And they're almost always from his car. But guys, go subscribe to Alex D Vlogs. I urge you to do it now. You will love it. And then the last thing he says, well, I don't even know if I should give this away, but that's right there. I don't give an F what you do with your money. That's what he says at the end. I'm just giving you guys a look. Jeff, we're on the wrong side again.
No, flip-flop. Flip-flop.
There we go.
Flip-flop.
So thank you for that, Alex. I really appreciate that. You see that? That's called fiat currency right there. That's called 199. Thank you for that. So I wanted to play this video because I thought it was funny. But here's this video is on TikTok, I believe. And let's just watch this and let's see what this is about.
When the government tries to tax your Bitcoin.
And at the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go fuck themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, right? And it's here.
So this is she wants to know. She wants to know. God. This is the best part, Jeff.
What do you do when the government tries to tax your Bitcoin?
And
what do you do when they try to tax your Bitcoin, Jeff?
At the end of the day, you can tell everybody to go fuck themselves. You can put it in your head, memorize the freaking key, right? And it's here. And then, the classic Bitcoiner response is, oh, yeah, my Bitcoin, I lost it in a boating accident. You ever heard that phrase?
No.
It's kind of a trope, but what it means is, at the end of the day, if you push me too far, I lost it. It's gone.
You see what happens?
Yeah.
You see what happens?
Sorry,
like
it's gone. I lost it.
I'm not sure, but I think the boating accident already happened for Michael Saylor. I'll be honest with you.
I lost my ledger. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I had a boating accident. All my money's in Bitcoin. I'm broke. I have no more money.
Nothing.
25 million. It's just he doesn't have to spend the money on attorneys, but my money's on Saylor. He's got some of the best. And on that tweet it says, when is the boating accident happening? What was on that tweet right there? You gotta love it. That's great. Yeah, I mean, there's so many shakedowns. There's so much government overreach, Jeff, for almost everything. Yeah. I wanted to pull this one.
Look at Robert's point here. Look at that. Saylor could fart out that little tax bill. I think it's just another overreach. I mean, you think about it. It's kind of crazy. And then it's the point. He's not going to just give in.
Why is Metallica trending? I always try when something's trending. I always go like, why are they?
Always funny stuff.
Oh, here's why. No, but this is one of the greatest. Metallica dresses bears aren't real, and this is when you think of a bear market, Jeff. This kind of like reminds you right here of what's going on. Look at this right here. Let me put this full screen because Metallica was trending. But let's look at this. Yeah, you can't hear the music, but yeah, they're like, yeah, there's James Hetfield. Yeah, I'm a bear market. Yeah. Yeah, there's Lars. And I will say this about Lars. Everyone gets mad when I say it. But this is, I don't know what's going on here, Jeff, with this, but Lars is like he's the wrong drummer for Metallica. He's always a half step off. He's just, as a musician, his timing, it drives me crazy listening to him play drums. I love Metallica, man, but I just always just that little, you're just a little bit off the beat always. Anywho, let's pull this next story up. I don't know. I just got on a tangent because I saw Metallica. But Jeff, I'm going to talk about this right here because this right here reminds me a little bit of my life. Here it is right here. Look at all the jobs this person has held, right? Now, if you look at this right here, They were at Google for the last 20 years and 2 months at Google, responsible for managing submissions of monetizable personal data across a diverse suite of products, including search, Gmail, Maps, and more. Troubleshoot calendar sync issues, blah, blah, blah. Received the #1 ranking in search for my own name, right? Netflix account manager. From 2009 to present, 13 and a half years, responsible for managing and paying for accounts shared by 5 globally distributed family members. Exceeded market benchmarks by typing password Roku remote with 48% accuracy or greater. A multi-year recipient of suggestions for movies that I've already watched. Does that sound familiar, Jeff? Is this starting to sound familiar? Now, this next one won't sound familiar to you, but it sounds very familiar to me. Not a certified genius. He's an uncertified genius at Apple from 2003 to present. That's 18 years.
This is great.
And 10 months. He led a remote tech support team for older family members throughout the country. Maintained Siri comprehension rate of over 55% for 3 consecutive years, which I keep saying Siri's getting dumber. I used to say this to Siri. Siri, brother, go over there. And Siri would be like, and every single word. Now I'm like,
they're all getting
hello, Siri. Can you please? I'd be like, I don't know what that means. Like, so, and also once put off software update for over 8 months. Impressive, Jeff.
That's great. Uncertified genius.
A prime member at Amazon from 2008 to present, 14 years, 7 months. Increased order volume by 823% in 7 years. A research diverse product catalog spanning departments from simple human bag liners to cat food, and regularly reported on product quality using the review portal. And also an advertising target of Facebook. Probably my favorite. From 2004 to present, 18 years and 2 months. Recruited as an early user from my experience with having an @edu email address. Received the Facebook Beanie Award for a performance in a 2006 March Madness bracket, and consistently retargeted by Fortune 500 brands such as Samsung, Procter & Gamble, and Verizon.
Oh my God, that's great.
This is one of the best things I've seen in a long time, because it's really all of us. We've all been there. We've all had to deal with this. And whether these reflect or not, it's one of these that's probably up there. Wouldn't you say that, Jeff? It's a good one.
Pretty much all of them.
Right. Yeah, sometimes we bring things that are non-crypto, but they're just funny. You just have to laugh.
That's hilarious. That was funny.
Like Metallica dressing as bears, it's always pretty cool too.
That's great.
I think that's it. I think we pretty much went through everything today. That's all we got.
Yep.
That's it.
But Darren said bears are real. They'll kill you.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. If I'm out in the wilderness, I am most terrified by a bear, dude, because you can run up a tree. They're right behind you. They will take one swipe and they'll open you up. Your gizzards and your guts will be streaming everywhere.
Just like that.
You know that show Alone, Jeff, that we like to watch?
Oh, I love that show. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that when you see a bear.
And those guys are out there by themselves.
Yeah. And I think, and the survival is one thing, but going nuts, like 24 hours, a long time by yourself. Who's done it? There's always somebody. I mean, if you travel by yourself, there's people, but you're in the middle of the wilderness. You just hear the wind whistling. It's snowing outside. You're hungry and you're by yourself. And every minute seems like an hour, a day, a month. It's incredible. But anyway, guys, that's all we have for you tonight. Jeff, you have anything in closing? I want to thank everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank everybody. We're gonna set up a show with Blockchain Backer, with Oz Crypto. We had James Rule on here as well. Shout out to Alex D Vlogs. Go check him out as well. Man, appreciate everyone for coming on. You guys are awesome. It's great to see everybody here. We obviously have the best and the brightest in all of the YouTube crypto space gathering here. So we will appreciate and see you guys on the next one.
Can you read that, Jeff?
Man, you know what? Spiders and bugs in Australia are scary.
Yeah, I'll read it for the podcast people listening, Jeff. You
gotta. What does that say? In Australia, spiders as small as your pinky nail can kill you. At least you can see a bear coming. But yeah, I'm always thinking, but they have those big beetles and spiders that are as big as your dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
At least At least if a spider the size of your pinky kills you, it's like, oh, you never saw it coming. But imagine you're being chased by a big ass spider the size of a dog.
We have an Anna Coexist crypto down with OTC. Hell yeah, down with OTC. I love that. That lady OTC, let's get down. Yeah. Stop the SEC harassment. Oh, that's the wrong one. Gosh, I can't.
There it is.
There it is. Thanks. I was like clicking everyone but that one. AR.
Click them all. Click them all.
I just did. I clicked them all. So anyway, guys, listen, we were supposed to have an interview, but we're rescheduling it. We will bring it to you very soon. So just let you know, we had teased that. So that's it.
Cartoon
they
bears.
But that's why you buy crypto, because of cartoon bears.
That's right. That's right.
So anyways, guys, we will see you on the next one, which will be Saturday morning, bright and early. Guys, see you on the next one.
Early.
And Jeff, out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.